Hello everyone, it's the OG Gigi here, and here's my guide for using the achievements in the game for gameplay ideas and also learning how to explore The Sims 4 if you're new. So, yes, there's a whole achievements section to the game. We go to options when we first load in. Oh, there's a whole achievement section, but it is grayed out. You can't access it right now in the main menu. You can only access it in live mode. So first we have to get there. So I can either resume the sim I was playing before, or I can load into my game this way also. So once you are actually in your game, this is live mode. Well, the Sims team calls it live mode because you are playing with your Sims are living and you can play with them, but I call it live mode, like live camera action, because that makes more sense. So anyway, so now that we're in live mode, we can either press the escape key on your keyboard or go all the way to the top right to enter the options menu again. And now we can access achievements. So let's check them out. So here are all the achievements for the game, and they're all labeled too. The ones that don't have a special mark on them, they're for the base game, but the ones that do have a special icon on them, they're for a specific expansion pack that you need to have. So achievements actually help you, if you're a beginner, to realize the full potential of the game. Everything that you could possibly do in the game and some possible goals that you as a player can strive for. That's why it's actually very important to check out the achievements of the game. And if you're not a beginner, if you're a pro simmer or you're playing the Sims games for a very long time, it's also good to come back to the achievements menu to remind yourself of the added features that there are in the game. You may have played an expansion pack one way and not checked out the other features that came with it. So achievements are a good reminder of that. Now, if you are a beginner, you've never played a Sims game ever in your life, and The Sims 4 is your first Sims game ever, now that the base game is free, I want to let you know that the Sims themselves, they do not speak English or any real world language actually. They speak their own language called simlish. So why am I telling you this? Because this first achievement here, the 50-mile high club, it says successfully woohoo in a rocket ship. Well, woohoo is simlish for sex. So yes, the absolute first achievement that comes with the base game is for you to find a way to have your Sims have sex in space, pretty much. And yes, it is possible in the game, as crazy as it sounds. So let's take a look of how we could possibly even start achieving this goal. And these sim points here, they're only here for bragging rights, really. They have not added a way to claim or buy anything with sim points yet, but I hope they will someday. So how do you go about getting this achievement? Woohooing in a rocket ship. Well, first you need to have a rocket ship first. My Sims already have one and it's all built up and nice, but you actually need to go into build mode first. All the way up here, you can press F2 also. And once you are in build mode, you can go to the bottom left here, objects by room is the easiest way. And then go to outdoors section, and then outdoor activities. And that's where the rocket ships are. But they list all the items that you have in the game from cheapest to most expensive. So rocket ships are on the expensive side of things. So you got to scroll all the way down and down and down to 5,000 simoleons. That's money in the game. You need to have 5,000 simoleons in order to even buy a rocket ship. And look, when you put it in and place it, it's not even built yet. You need to have your sim build it also, which costs another 1,000 simoleons. Now, so you need 6,000 simoleons in total just to even fully have and build a rocket ship. So it does take quite a bit to get that much money in the game, or you can cheat it. It's up to you. And then go back to live mode with F1. And then once you have your rocket ship and it's built and your sim is in a strong romantic relationship with another sim, an option will show up on the rocket ship when you click it to woohoo with that other sim. And that is how you complete that first achievement of woohooing in a rocket ship. So yes, it shows another possible way to play your game that you may not have noticed that is possible, that you can do. Another thing that even pro simmers forget about achievements, in the wealth and collecting section, here is the For the Horde achievement for the game. You get 100 Sims points for completing it. That shows you how hard it is to complete this. And so it says you have to complete all the collections available in the Sims 4 base game. And there are 15 collections that come with the base game. 15. And as you can see, I've been playing The Sims for thousands of hours, and I still have only completed 4 of those collections. So where are collections in the game? So let's check that out. So here at the bottom right, you can see skills, relationships, and inventory. You can also press the I button as well. So when you click into inventory, you can see all the things your sim is carrying that they have ever collected or found or won or achieved in the game. And of course, there are also easier ways to sort them. There's a tiny arrow here where you can sort out the different types of collectibles in the game. But there's this big diamond here, and that is how you get to see all the collections that are available in your game. So what most people forget about The Sims is that it is a collection game as well. You don't have to play it going through a career or going through relationships. You can actually play it as explore the world and try to collect all of its special items in the game. You can do that. You can play The Sims like that too. So here, since I have several packs, I have more than just the 15 collections in the base game. But this shows you all the collections that your sim has found. So first you have to find the collection that it's possible to get in the game. So in order for me to find the frog collection, I had to explore ponds in the game or explore logs in the game that I could interact with. And once you found the collection, it shows up, and it will show you what you have already found and how rare it is and what you still need to get in order to complete the collection. So another great thing about achievements, it reminds you of all the cool things that you can do in the game. There's so many ways to play the Sims game, and there's so much detail and depth to each play style that they have to put in for especially the base game, but in every single expansion pack too. So whether you're a beginner or you have played The Sims for a long time, achievements are a great reminder of what you can also do in the game and what potential there is for gameplay that you might have forgotten. So for collections, you go to inventory, you go to the diamond, and then you have all the collections that you have found so far, and then try to complete them. Once you've found a collection, it will tell you how to complete it, or places you should look. So in order for me to complete the postcard collection, I have to get it from pen pals that I've made on the computer. So what does that mean? Oh, my sim is already there. So social, yes. Okay, I click find a pen pal under socialize. And after my sim completes this, he may get a postcard from a pen pal, and that can help him complete that postcard collection. So let's check out some other achievements that are good for really showing you how to explore the game and the full potential of gameplay that exists in the game. So the careers ones, they're pretty straightforward. Have reach max level in painter career, reach max level in secret agent career. Same with skills and crafting, reach max level in fishing, have a sim reach max level in fitness skill. So those are pretty straightforward. But what's very interesting, just like the very first this 50 Mile High Club one, there's another very interesting achievement that you can have, and that is, hello darkness, my old chum. Have a sim befriend the Grim Reaper. My sims have already done that, so I got 25 sim points for it. I could share it on my Twitter page if I would like to. So the Grim Reaper, if you're an absolute beginner, you might not know this, but there is death in the game, and a literal character death called the Grim Reaper that shows up every time a sim dies. So when a sim dies, the Grim Reaper appears in a gust of black smoke, and he reaps your sim off to the netherworld. And after he reaps that sim, he sticks around for a little bit. And that is when you can try to befriend the Grim Reaper. If you're not sure, you can always check the relationships in your game at the bottom right again. Or you can press the R button, and you can literally scroll through all your relationships, your friends, household, romances, pets, and whatever, and what have you. My sim has so many friends, so it'll take a long time before I can find the Grim Reaper in this list. But yes, that is another thing that you can explore in your game. hard thing is trying to get a sim to die or killing them on purpose and then having your sim be there and not the one dead so that they can befriend the Grim Reaper. And some other things with the need system, it's actually achievement to have your sim's bladder fail while on a date. I know, crazy, right? But the more you explore achievements, you more you begin to realize that the Sims, in all the Sims games, not just the Sims 4, are the funniest games you will ever play in your entire life. They are the funniest, craziest games with so much potential for insanity and hilarity that it's beyond belief. So you can so that's another achievement to try to get. So how do you ask another sim on a date? Well, just like before, go to the relationships menu and click on any sim you want to get to know better. So you can invite to hang out at a current lot, or if your sim is feeling romantic, a date option will also show up too. Or you can go down here on the left side to your sim's phone. Oops. Oh, that's why my other sim's coming back. Click socialize, and you can invite to ask out on the current lot or ask out on date. And then your sim will call the other sim you want to ask out. And that's another thing you can do in the game too, exploring relationships. And another crazy thing in the relationship section. Oop, maybe it's not relationship section. Oh, woohoo with 50 unique non-player sims. Jesus, that's crazy. Yes, it's another achievement too. Maybe worth exploring in your game. Maybe it's under Sims feats, amazing things your Sims can do in the game. Before we do that, there's a channel surfer achievement. Have a sim listen to all radio stations and watch all TV channels in the Sims 4 base game. So you need to make sure you have a radio. Go to objects by room. Go to living room, and both televisions and audio, the radios are there. So put those into your Sims home and make sure you listen to or watch that exists in the radio and in the TV. And there's a lot of them. And this one comes with a special expansion pack, Get to Work, so in your base game you won't have that one. And that's not part of the achievement, so it's okay. And so back to achievements, Sims feats. Have a sim age up. Have a sim complete 10 wants in a single social event. So you can have social events also in your game. That's by going through your phone on the social icon and play a sim from birth to natural death. So now that you know that there's woohoo or sex in the game, there's also pregnancy as well. So you have a sim be born, you take care of them, raise them, and when they reach old age and die, see, natural death is the key word here, okay? So death from old age that will give you this achievement here. Now have a sim with 12 or more traits. It's another one that might help you explore the game better. So let's look at my Sims traits. I go down to Simology, or you can press the letter Y. And here I have 3 personality traits. My Sim is a genius,
Grick.
they're loyal, and they're a loner. 3 best traits in the game, honestly. But there are these other traits that I have too, that I got by completing an aspiration. I have higher education, great storyteller, entrepreneurial, frugal, speed reader. So all of these extra traits you can get are from aspirations, and that's this icon over here. So let's take a look at the aspirations section. So this is where you can find all the life goals for your Sims, and you can switch between them at any time. For if a Sim is being mean to somebody else, you may want to switch to the deviance aspirations instead, so they can progress through that. Or maybe the Sim is working out at a gym. You may want to switch to the athletic aspirations and build up and do the bodybuilder aspiration instead. So what happens when you complete an aspiration, all of its sections? It will tell you. You get a reward trait called long-lived for the bodybuilder one, and they let Sims live longer lives, as long as they don't go into any accidents. So that's what you get, a reward trait for every single one that you complete. Or you can get traits in the reward store when you have Sims satisfaction points, which is also what you get for completing aspirations. You can use those satisfaction points to also buy different traits. I can buy the gym rat trait, or I already have it. I can buy an observant trait that lets my Sim pretty much realize what the personality is of another Sim just by meeting them. So that's another goal of the game that you can go through that you may not have realized existed if you hadn't checked out achievements. And then relating to the death part of the game, probably have seen Sims die, or maybe you haven't had it happen in your game yet, but when they die, there's a chance that they will become a ghost in your game, and they'll just be haunting wherever they died, or wherever their urn is. So they become a ghost. But here it says have a family of playable ghosts and have a ghost join your household. So that's a bit different. So what you need to do, you need to talk when you want to talk to another Sim that is a ghost Sim, or you can, try to kill the other Sim on purpose and make them a ghost. But once you do, you have to become friends with the ghost Sim. Do whatever you need to, build up your relationship and talk to them. Hey, romance them if you want to do also. And under the friendly section, well, my Sims live together, so it won't show up on mine, but under the ask section, there'll be an ask to join household, and that's what you need to click on with your ghost friend, and that's how you get a ghost Sim to join your household. So you can play the game that way as well, to go more on the death side of things. But here, this one, you need to have 8 playable ghosts, and it's 100 points, so you know it's hard to get this one. So not only must you to have at least 7 ghosts join your household, your original sim has to die and be included back into the household after they die, so that you have 8 playable ghosts in one household. Isn't that insane? And of course, there are other ones to look through too. Oops, sorry. In relationships, no, sim feats. And speaking of ghosts, yeah, this is also an option. And apparently, The Sims thinks it's an easy one to do. So, not only to discover that you can actually have a playable ghosts in the household, well, you have to have your sim woohoo with a ghost as well as an achievement. What would it be like? That is a good question, Sims. And this one comes with the Get to Work pack. That's why it has the icon. And one of the things that many people forget is included in the Get to Work pack are aliens. Aliens are added into that game pack. There are not only alien sims, your sims can be abducted by aliens as well. And here's the thing about the Sims games. Male sims can get pregnant this way. If they are abducted by an alien and after they come back, they could come back pregnant with an alien baby. So that's a thing. But only if you have the Get to Work pack is that possible. So if I go into Simology again, and up here I can see my Sims geology. And this is where you find the family tree and how all your Sims are related, all the children your Sims have had. Well, my Sim was a scientist, and he got abducted quite a lot of times. And so my Sim and senior pollination technician number 3 impregnated him, and he had these 2 alien babies over here. So that happened. But yeah, it shows you another crazy way of playing The Sims, or possibilities to explore. So that's in the Sim Feats section. Amazing things that your Sims can do. But what are some amazing things that you, the player, can do? Now, here is, I think, the hardest achievement in the whole game, which I think is insane. So, before the achievement from having a Sim from birth to natural death, they'll be born and then reach old age and die. Well, that's how you build a legacy in the game. Just have many different generations of Sims that you keep playing throughout your whole game. And so this achievement wants you to do that 26 times. One for each letter of the alphabet. That is insane. It's hard enough to play through the game for 10 generations, much less 26. Oh my gosh. So yes, this is another possible way to play through the game. Just do a legacy challenge. Try to get this achievement, playing through 26 generations of Sims of the same family. And there are some easier ones, like play The Sims for X amount of hours, and also to visit different lots in The Sims 4. You know, don't just stay at home. Explore the world. Go out. You know, check out what's there. More impossible At least for me, I don't play The Sims this way. But oh my gosh, I thought 26 was bad. 100 generations or more. How long would that take for you to get through 100 generations in this game? Has anybody who's ever played The Sims even achieved this ever? That's crazy. And some other things that you as a player can do to get lots of achievements. You can get a gold rating on 5 different social events. They say it's 100 points difficulty, but I didn't think so. So, social events, you have to go on your phone. You have to go to social, obviously, scroll until you get to plan a social event. And a whole list of options will come up, and you can organize where you want it to go, where you want it to happen, which Sims to invite. If you're going to have a caterer or a mixologist come, you can do a lot of stuff with the social events in this game. And thus, that's some amazing things that you can do or explore in your game of The Sims. If you're an absolute beginner, this gives you a great guide of what is possible in the game and discovering your own play style. And if you played The Sims for a very long time, it helps you realize, oh my gosh, I forgot I could do that in the game. I forgot there were collections in the game. Oh, I forgot all these features that exist in the game and all the packs I have. It's easy to forget a lot of the details that exist in the game. You kind of get used to a certain play style and don't fully explore all the possibilities of a pack. So don't forget about the achievements section. It gives you a good refresher of what you can do throughout your Sims gameplay and give you gameplay ideas when you get bored of The Sims, which can happen sometimes too. So that is just my little guide for checking out the achievement section in the game, and I hope everybody enjoys simming, and I will see you next time. Sul sul, dag dag.